I 30 have been married to my wife, PC Emily, CF, for say, 11 years. We have one child, our 8-year-old daughter. Lily, she is the light of my life, smart, funny, and unfortunately, she's had some health problems since birth about 3 months ago. Lily was diagnosed with a heart condition that required surgery. Not emergency surgery, peckic, but something the doctors warned not to delay for too long. We have insurance. But it didn't cover the full procedure, though the remaining out-of-pocket cost was $38,000. That number hit me like a truck. I don't come from money. Yes, I work as a mechanic. And while I make enough for us to live comfortably, you said, we don't have that kind of savings lying around. My wife works part-time as a dental receptionist. Together, we had around 11K saved in our joint emergency fund, so we were short by roughly 27K that we talked about loans, Bilkis payment plans, everything, but every option put us into major debt. I was terrified. The idea that we might have to delay Lily's surgery because of money made me sick, but here's where everything gets complicated. But a week after we got the cost estimate, I started tightening our budget. I went through bank statements, subscriptions, everything. And that's when I noticed something weird. There was a recurring transfer, $500 every month for almost 7 years, not to any account I recognized at. First I thought it was some kind of automatic savings or old account I forgot about. But I asked my wife if she knew what it was. She immediately got weirdly defensive. She said something like, "It's nothing important. Just leave it." That was a giant red flag later that night, while she was showering. Her laptop was open on the kitchen counter. I know it was snooping, and I admit that part fully. But I clicked the banking tab she had left open. There it was, a savings account with $52,643.19 in it. I stared at the number for a full minute. I felt sick, confused, angry, shocked, everything all at once. We were losing sleep over how to pay for our daughter's surgery, and she had over 50K stashed away. I didn't touch anything. I closed the tab, but my hands were shaking. When she came out of the shower, I told her I'd seen the account. She froze then. She burst into tears, not apologizing, but panicking. She kept saying, "You weren't supposed to find that. It's mine." We argued for almost 2 hours. Here were her points. She started that account years ago, just in case the marriage failed. She needed financial security, separate from me. She didn't trust having all money in joint accounts. The money was not for family use. I was violating her privacy by looking at her laptop. My points were more simple. Our daughter needed surgery. We were scrambling for money. She had 50K that could save us, and she hid it to every point I made. She kept repeating, "It's my money. I earned it. I saved it. I'm not touching." I asked her why she didn't trust me enough to tell me. She said she grew up watching her mom get screwed over financially after a divorce. No. So she swore she'd always have her own safety net. I get the fear. I do, but why hide it for 7 years? Why keep it hidden while our daughter needed surgery? She said she was sorry for hiding it, but she still refused to use it. That's when I told her, "If you're not going to use it for your daughter, I will." And yes, I know that sounded threatening, but I was desperate. She told me I had no right to even know the account existed, let alone use it. We didn't talk for the rest of the night. The next morning, Emily claimed she might contribute but needed time to think. We didn't have time. The surgery scheduling paperwork, everything needed to be arranged. Soon a week passed, a whole week every day. I asked her about it. Every day she said something like, "We'll figure something out. I don't want to drain my account. There must be another way." And this isn't fair to me. Meanwhile, Lily's checkups continued. We could see she was getting more tired. The doctor warned that waiting too long could increase risks during this time. Her family found out we were struggling financially. They started suggesting loans. Fundraising. Asking church members to donate. I felt humiliated accepting help like that when I knew my wife had 50 grand hidden. And here's the kicker, Emily never told them about her account eventually. Her sister even offered to co-sign a loan. My wife didn't say a word. I started resenting her. Every day, a little more. Emily had a big family dinner planned for her mom's birthday. Her whole side of the family was there, parents, the siblings, cousins during dinner. Her mom said a heartfelt prayer for Lily's surgery, asking that God provide the money in time. I felt something in me snap. I stood up and said, we actually have the money. Emily has over 50K saved, but she doesn't want to use it. The whole room went silent. Emily's face turned ghost white. Her mom said, what? What money? I explained the account. The transfers. Everything. Emily started crying immediately, yelling that I humiliated her and violated her trust, but her family. They were furious with her, not me. They asked how she could hide that while her daughter needed life-saving surgery. Her father said, that money isn't just yours. Not anymore. You're a mother, her sister said. We were about to take out loans. And you were sitting on $50,000. Emily stormed out of the house. I drove home alone with Lily. I honestly didn't feel good about the confrontation. But part of me felt relieved that it was finally out in the open. That night, Emily didn't come home. She stayed with her sister. She didn't call or text. The next day, her sister called me and said Emily was still crying and felt I betrayed and exposed. She said Emily feels like I used her biggest insecurity as a weapon. I told her sister she chose her fear over her daughter's health. The family ended up convincing her to use the money. She transferred $40K to our joint account 2 days later. Lily's surgery was scheduled, but Emily still refuses to come home. When we finally talked, she said, you showed everyone my deepest vulnerability just to win an argument. I said, you hid $50K while your daughter needed surgery. That's not vulnerability, that's negligence. She won't talk to my parents now either. She says she feels like everyone is against her. She accused me of financial abuse and public humiliation. I accused her of withholding life-saving funds from our child. We're at a standstill. She's back home now, but the marriage feels cracked deeply. She's distant, cold, barely looks at me. She told me she wants marriage counseling before she decides whether she can forgive me. I told her I needed counseling to forgive her. Now her family is split. Half support her, half support me. My family says I did the right thing. I don't know anymore. I feel guilty for exposing her. But I also feel betrayed that she kept that money hidden while our child was sick. So Reddit AITA for exposing my wife's secret. $50K account when our daughter needed surgery.